There we go. Hi friends! Welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much for joining me on this amazingly beautiful Saturday evening. Welcome back for those of you new around here. My name is Dani and I am so not an expert. Today on our Saturday evening live stream, we're going to be working with a special guest. This young lady sitting here next to me, she has been a huge she's been a big part of my life. She is the niece of one of my best friends who I've known for, Lord, oh God, probably 25, almost 30 years. My goodness. Older than you, I think. Just about. Just about. My goodness. I've known her for a very long time, so I've gotten to watch this young lady grow up into the amazing young woman that she is. And she reached out to me a few weeks ago and said, Dani, I want to make a dress. Can you show me how? And I said, ooh, garment sewing. I don't do garment sewing, but I can try. So we're going to try. So we're actually going to be teaching her how to sew today. It's really exciting. So ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Susie to the show. Hi, Susie.
Hi, Dani. Thank you so much. Pleasure to be here.
Oh,
hi, everyone.
Great. It's so great to have you here. So we have sat her down in front of a machine. Now you guys, all of you eagle eyes out there, may notice that this machine is not my machine. This is not my baby. This is not my baby lock. This is a brother machine. It's a very basic brother machine that I've had hiding in my closet for Lord only knows how long now. And so I've let her borrow it for a little while so that she can learn how. Because what better way to learn how to sew than on a very basic, non-computerized machine. So that's what we're going to be giving her to use. So she actually took it home. She came back a couple weeks ago. We went through the machine. We showed her how to put all the thread in there. We ran it through a couple of small pieces. And then she took it home and she played around with it some more. And now she's back today. So we're going to actually get to make a project today. And speaking of projects, guys, wait till you see the cute little project that we are going to make today. You guys got a little sneak peek of it down here on the table. We are going to be making some pencil cases. And aren't these are Halloween themed pencil cases. Aren't these adorable? They are just so cute. They're little teeny tiny pencil cases. They got little box corners on them, so it's going to be a little bit of a challenge, but I think she's up to it. A little zipper. They got a little zipper opening here, little 9-inch zipper. So cute. I made 2 of them off camera just to make sure that I knew what I was doing. Super simple, super easy. I found a pattern online. I'm sure you guys can find it too, but we're going to show you guys how to make those today. So are you excited? I'm excited. All right, so first let me hop into chat and say hello to everybody in chat. Lisa, if you're still on, thank you so much for popping in and saying hello. And she said she's popped in to hit the like button, so reminder to all of you out there, make sure you pay that toll and you hit that like button for me. I really appreciate it. But I'm going to pop into chat and say hello to everybody else, and then we are going to get started on this project. All right, so scroll all the way up to the top. Let's see what we got. I know Lucas popped in earlier, so we won't give him an official shout out just yet because we're going to wait to see if he comes back. But Nancy, good morning. I did it already. Good afternoon, Nancy. Good evening, Nancy. Hello, how are you? I don't know what time of the day it is anymore. Oh, I hope you're well. Thanks so much for joining us. Hi, Linda. Hello. Thanks so much. Hi, Lucy. It's so good to see you. I haven't seen you in forever, it seems. I'm so glad you're here. Thank you. Thank you so much. Hi, Dawn. Hello. Thanks, Dawn, for coming today. We appreciate it. Dawn says, hi, Susie. Hi! Hi, oh, Tamika. Tamika is new. Hi, Tamika. Thank you so much for joining us today. I have not seen your name in chat before, so welcome, welcome, welcome. Dawn says, how fun, a cute little project. Yeah, so we're excited. I wanted to try and find something that was simple and easy, but also rewarding for Susie to have for her first project. So she did make a placemat. The first day she came over by my house, we did make a placemat because it's straight stitch sewing. You guys have seen me make those 100 times, so you know how. So she did make those just to kind of feel like she accomplished something when she got to leave here for that day. So today we're going to be making at least one, maybe two, who knows how many actually, of these pencil cases. So we're going to get started with that. Nancy, if you're looking for the commands, just do !info, I-N-F-O, instead of the commands. Nancy says, I got it on the third try. I'm not sure what you, oh, the thimbles. Okay, gotcha. If you guys need to know what the thimbles are at, just let me, or what those are, just let me know. Put a message in chat and I will go ahead and read that for you. Oh, Tamika says she's been here before. She saw me on The Guy Who Sews. Oh, well, that's great, Tamika. Welcome back. Thanks so much for joining us again. Hopefully we'll see you again soon. Before we get started, quick announcement. Tomorrow's live stream, I'm still doing a Sunday morning live stream, but tomorrow's live stream is going to start 30 minutes late because we are doing the virtual breakfast with our kids. You guys know the first Sunday of every month we do virtual breakfast with our kids. They're all in college, all over the nation. My goodness, we have 5 girls. They're everywhere, I swear. So we all come together on a Zoom call for breakfast the first Sunday of every month. So we're going to be doing that. So Sunday morning's live stream will start at 11 a.m. Central Time instead of our normal 10:30. So just 30 minutes late. So just keep that in mind. Hi, Linda. Thanks so much for joining us today. This is the second Linda in chat. So hi, Linda. Hello, hello. Thank you. All right, so let's get started with our project. Okay, so the very first thing we are going to need to do is we've already picked out our pieces. I went ahead and cut up a bunch of fabric. So these are 9.5 long by 5.5 wide. I took a fat quarter and just cut them up, and I was able to get 3 pieces out of each fat quarter. So, you know, you do 2 fat quarters, you got 6 pieces, that's 3 bags. That's the way I look at it. So, well, I guess that wouldn't really work because you need 4. So you'd have to do 12. You'd have to do, I don't know. I don't do math. It's too late. It's too late in the day for me to do math. But I got 3. So I got 3. I'd have to figure that out. Yeah, that won't work. Either way. All right, so Susie has picked out some fun Halloween fabric. Check out this fun Halloween fabric. Ooh, spooky. So cute. So cute. And some stars. Oops, I dropped the zipper. Some cute stars. So she's picked out some fabric, so we're going to do that. Okay, so the first thing we want to do, I've got pins here if we need them, by the way.
Thank you.
All right, so first thing we want to do is we want to take our inside fabric. Okay, we want to lay that flat on our table, facing up. Right side up. Right side up. Perfect. And then we're going to take our zipper, and we're going to put our zipper facing up on top of that to the one edge. Perfect, perfect. Facing up, perfect. And then we're going to take our outside fabric, and we're going to go face down, and we're going to make a zipper sandwich. That's basically what we're doing. We're making a zipper sandwich. There we go. And we're going to take some pins, and we're going to pin that edge so that it stays nice and tight for us. So, Susie, I got some pins here for you. You're going to go ahead and pin that. Make sure the pins are all going in the same direction. We're going to start sewing here, so you want the head of the pins to face this way. So like this. And that's so that as you're feeding it into the machine, the pins can come out easily. All right, so what has everybody been doing this weekend? It has been absolutely gorgeous. It was rain. It was like cool, rainy weather this whole week. It's been beautiful fall weather all week. And now we've gotten a little bit of a heat wave. It's like in the mid to upper 80s up here. I'm in northern Illinois, by the way, in case you forgot. We are up here in northern Illinois, southwest suburb of Chicago. And it's been in the upper 80s all weekend long. They're saying record high temperatures for this weekend. That's just crazy, right? It's October. It is in the 80s. It's just so weird. She's like, I love it. I absolutely love it. She's used to the warmer weather, and of course, you know, there's nothing to her, so she needs to be warm. But yeah, no, I much prefer the cooler fall weather myself. I much prefer the cooler weather myself. Make sure all the pins are on the same side. Yeah. Oh, yeah. All right. She's just pinning that up for us. You don't need a lot of pins, 3, 4, 5 pins, whatever you're comfortable with. You can use the clips too if you prefer a clip instead of a pin. In this particular project, I prefer a pin just because it holds it nice and secure. Looks fantastic. Good job.
Thank you.
So far, so good. All right, let's go ahead and get it on the machine. Now, Susie has used the machine a little bit, so she's kind of familiar with it a little bit. She's still a newbie, but that's okay. She's been doing a fantastic job. And I've got to tell you, she is like a natural. She sewed a straight line the second she turned it on. So you are just a natural.
Beginner's luck. Beginner's luck.
She's been so great at it. So I'm sure she's going to do a fantastic job. So we have a zipper foot on the machine right now. It's a little bit different than she's used to. So it's not something that she's worked with before. We want the zipper to be on the right-hand side. Yes, the right-hand side of the foot itself. Because that's going to give us enough space. Actually, I take that back. The zipper should be on the left. I told you to do this backwards. Yep. So we have all the pins backwards.
Would you like me to turn them around real quick?
Yeah, it'd be good. I'm thinking to myself, I'm like, wait a minute. No, the zipper's got to be on the left. See, this is what happens when you put me in front of a camera. I get all tongue-tied and twisted.
Good, easy fix, easy fix.
Yes.
Do that.
Oh, it's good because it
Yeah,
slipped
it
anyway.
kinda
So it was a
moved in.
perfect thing because it slipped. So it doesn't have to be
Yeah.
exactly perfect. That's the great thing about this particular project. It doesn't have to be super perfect. It just needs to be a little bit. There you go. You want the pin to go the other direction. So here, you want to feed it into the machine. This way. So we want it pinned this way. I'm sorry, I am a terrible teacher.
Oh, see, now the pins will be perfect.
I know, because I'm doing it. They won't be perfect. They'll barely be in there. I mean, you do realize the name of this channel. I'm not an expert, you know. Okay, so now we're going to go ahead and run that through the machine. Okay, so we want the zipper to be on the left side of the presser foot. All kind of up against it, okay? You can kind of see that the fabric is going to run. We're going to put it down. I want to show you. You can see that. See, if you run your finger, you'll feel the zipper like right there next to the.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and you'll see that it runs right up against this. The edge of the fabric runs right up against here. So we're going to go slow, but that's what we want to do. You're going to see there's a big bump here. So you're just going to have to kind of lift up the foot a little bit to get it over that bump when we get to it. It's going to get stuck like here, okay? So you're just going to have to kind of maneuver it around there a little bit, okay? Okay. All right. Go slow. Take your time. We're going to go all the way to about here where we start our third pin. We're going to back tack here, back tack there, and then stop, okay? All right, so what I've instructed her to do, and I know you guys have heard me, but we're using a zipper foot, and those are a little bit different than a regular foot. For those of you familiar with these feet, you know how to work with them. The needle is exposed. It's not contained within the foot, so we do have to be careful of that. And we want the zipper to ride right up against that foot so that it's a nice, tight stitch. So that's what we are working with today. So we're gonna go real slow. Go. There we go. And take that pin out when you're. Go ahead. I'm going to be focused on her today, guys. I'm going to be a little bit out of chat a little bit because I want to make sure that she's learning what she needs to do to be successful and not hurting herself, especially since the needle is going to be exposed a little bit.
Thank you.
Yep, no problem. All right, so again, what has everybody been up to this weekend? So today I had to take the dog to the groomer this morning. And then I got my nails done. Did you see? Aren't they pretty? They're hot pink and they got little white flowers on them. They're so pretty. And then I came back here and I cut out fabric for today's live stream. Then I made dinner. It's been a busy day. Busy, busy day. And tomorrow we've got breakfast with the kids. Then we've got another live stream. And then in the afternoon, I'm actually being interviewed by another content creator. I'll tell you guys a little bit more about that as it gets closer. But I'm really excited because I got a chance to chat with her last week. And we might have some collabs in the works. So I'm really excited for that. I don't want to give too much away just yet because a lot is still happening. What's wrong?
Okay. Just looking at what I did.
You're doing a fantastic job. Straight line the whole time. I mean, she's just so good at this. She's natural, I swear. Okay, so now we're going, you back tacked already? Okay, so go ahead and pull it off the machine entirely and cut the thread. Did I give you the snipster behind you?
Did I move them? Sorry. Nope, I didn't.
go ahead and snip for now, both of them. And then we're just gonna open up the zipper. We're gonna unzip the zipper. Not all the way, just a little bit. Just enough. Okay, flip it all back like we're gonna sew it again. That's just because the zipper's in the way and it makes it so you can't get the presser foot over it, and now it's flat again. So now you're just gonna start where you ended, do a back tack again, and then just keep going in. All the way off the edge, make sure you back tack first. Alright, so there's gonna be some collabs in the works. Her and I are talking about doing some pretty fun stuff. We had some great ideas. It was an amazing conversation. I really enjoyed talking to her. Subscriber of the channel. She has her own channel. She's not been in chat before, so we haven't really gotten to know each other very well, so I'm excited to get to know her better. So that's going to be in the works. I'm really excited for that. What else have we got going on? Sean has reached out. He wants to do something, a collab here soon. I can't wait to talk to him again. So he's thinking sometime next year to do a collab, so we'll have to see how that works out. Let's see, what am I missing? I don't think I'm missing anything that I'm thinking of. Let's see. There you go. Is it stuck?
It does feel like it is.
A little bit. Well, you are on the wrong side. These zipper feet are kind of screwy. See how there's a channel there? The zipper is going to line right up with that channel. So let's see how it lines up with this. And that's where you want to try going there. The zippers can be tricky. There you go. I hate working with zippers. They're my least favorite thing. But in this particular situation, we kind of needed it. And it's just so cute. I mean, just these cute little projects. So cute and fun. I just love it, and I love the fabric. So this one has got skeletons on the inside. I'll show you guys. Perfect. Got little skeletons on the inside. Isn't that cute? So cute. Oh my goodness, trim off all those strings. There's the white compass back there for the little strings. Do not put them on the floor like everybody else does.
Yes.
So first thing I told her when she came in my sewing room was, said, do not throw the strings on the floor. Mom and Cheryl do that. They make me crazy. Alright, so that is side one, and now we need to do the exact same thing on side two. This time, hopefully, we'll do it correctly, though. Let's try and do it correctly this time. If I give you the right instructions. Let's try. Okay. So we're gonna, well, first we need to open this up, and we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna sew the seams together on the zipper so that it looks a little nicer. So we're gonna open this up. Now you can use an iron if you've got one. I didn't pull the iron out. Just gonna look at it. It's beautiful. Look what you did. It's absolutely beautiful. It's a little tight, but that's alright. But it didn't go on the zipper.
No.
And that's, so now we're gonna run the machine down again. You're gonna start at this end. Okay, and you're gonna have, again, the foot is gonna be here on the right hand. So the zipper is gonna be up against the right hand of the foot, and you're gonna sew over here. You're just gonna sew a straight line all the way down. When you get to the butt here, just stop with your needle down, lift the foot up, and pull the zipper back like this, and then just finish sewing the rest.
And I do the...
You don't need to,
Okay.
but you can. You would. It's a back stitch.
Thank you.
Yep. So she's learning all the terminology. She's so cute. It is amazing. So this is the first time I've ever actually shown anyone, like my kids know how to sew. You guys know Tony and Taylor, they know how to sew. They were taught in school, the class that they took in school. I mean, I knew how, and I showed them how as well, but I've never shown anyone from start to finish. So this is a little bit of a learning curve for me as well as for her, trying to teach someone how to do it. it's been a lot of fun, like challenging myself to remember exactly how to do things. The very basic, like even just pulling this machine out was like, whoa, what am I doing with this machine? I was like, where are all my buttons? Back tack, that's what we were thinking. Yeah. Take your time, go slow. Careful with that needle because it is exposed. You're doing a great job. She's fantastic. She does a great job. I was so excited to start this project with you. This dress that we're going to be making. We're going to show you guys the dress that we're going to be making when we get started here. Okay, that's probably good to stop there. Hold the, yeah, and then, yep. Yeah, just pull it all the way back behind. Yeah, it's a bit tight. You gotta like maneuver it a little bit. That'll work. I had to like push it with my finger.
Oh, that's nice. Oh, zippers!
There we go. Just enough to get it behind the needle. There we go. Perfect.
Thank you.
No problem. So it's been a lot of fun, kind of relearning the basics, you know.
Right off the edge.
Yay! Alright, go ahead and trim up your strings here. Let's bring that cup up here. Okay, so we've got that side down. Now we're going to do the exact same thing on the other side. So we're going to start with our inside fabric, which is the purple. Lay that flat. Put our zipper on the top. Now the zipper is going the opposite direction of the way it was before. But that's okay, because that's what we want. And then we'll take our outside fabric. We'll put it on the top. We're going to pin again. This way we're going to pin what's facing you. This is where we want to start sewing. This is where we want to end. So we want the pins to go in this direction. So the head, yeah, just like that. Just like that. Hi Naomi, thank you so much. She says, hi Dani, I'm steam cleaning a carpet, so I'm just lurking. Thanks again for the prize. No problem. Yeah, Naomi received her prize in the mail, her 500 subscriber prize in the mail. So she posted that on Instagram this morning. Thank you so much for the shout out on Instagram. And as a reminder to all of you guys, if you're not a member of our Facebook or our Instagram, please go over there and make sure you join. There's lots of fun things that happens over there. I love sharing, being able to interact with you guys more over there. I love seeing what you guys are working on, and I do a lot of announcements on our Facebook group, specifically like live streams and things like that. So make sure you head over there. If you do ! Links. No, not lunks. Links. There we go. Lucas has not popped in yet, so as soon as he does, he'll be able to take care of all this stuff for me. But for right now, I'm a one woman show. Got it. Don't forget the back tack. Oh, I didn't think of an eyelash in my eye. I know they're not fun. There's like a well, that was pretty easy. It came out pretty quick actually. Oh, that one wasn't so bad. It came out pretty quickly. So tomorrow on our live stream, we're going to be doing whips and UFOs. Oh, yeah, I'm good. Sorry. No, you're good.
I need to remember to do it anyhow. You're not going to be next to me all the time.
I am not going to be next to you all the time. No. And you probably will have a bigger shelf. We probably could have pulled my machine out of the cabinet. Let you use that, but... Susie and I have been going through posture for sewing, because normally when you're sewing, you're not just sitting there for only 2 hours. You're normally there all day, right? So her and I have been going through posture. We understand the machine is up a little high for her right now, the way it is, but at home she said she's got it a little bit more level. She's figured out how to get her chair raised to be able to work with it a little bit better. Dawn says, sorry, I said you'd have my full attention, and then I had a 20-minute sneeze attack.
She's okay.
Yes, we hope you're okay. Yep. Well, Dawn, no problem. Well, we hope you're okay. I hope you're well. Hope you're doing fun things. I think it's the same.
Okay, I gotta flip it, right?
Did you back tack?
I did.
Okay,
Yes,
so
ma'am.
go ahead and pull it out completely. I need the fan. I think it's pulling into my eye. There we go. Okay, snip it. This machine doesn't even have a thread cutter on it. Can you believe that? I mean, it does. It's got like a little like weird like cut thing on the.
Yeah, I'm working for my bag.
That's okay though. We got. Okay, now go ahead and open the zipper. So it's like in between the two layers. There you go. Just open it here. Just open it a little bit like that, and then you'll be able to do the rest of your stitches. Now you're just gonna want to hold it together. My eye is burning. I'm gonna start crying because my eye's stinging. There you go.
Thank you.
Yep. Make sure the fabric is on your left. Dawn, I'm with you. She says the elm is pollinating or something, or darn allergies. Yeah, I don't usually do the sneezing part too bad. It's my eyes. My eyes is usually where my allergies are. It's usually my eyes and my sinuses. I don't sneeze. It's just, Dawn says maybe food will help me. She'll be right back. All right, Dawn. No problem. I actually fed Susie. You know, my mom yelled at me, so I actually got to feed you.
It's delicious. Delicious.
I made her some cheddar rice in the Instant Pot. It's really good. With some chicken and some broccoli. Really good. It's one of my specialties.
My backpack ready?
Yes, yes.
Oh, not as cut that close.
All right. Cut that up. All right, so now we are on step 3. Moving right along. We were just moving right along. Oh my gosh. I cut all those strings. My goodness. So that's one of the bad parts about this machine is it doesn't have a thread cutter, so we got threads like crazy. It's all right though. It's fine. And she's new, so she's using a lot of threads. That's all right.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're going to take all 4 layers. Well, actually, you got to sew this one first. So we're going to open it back up. This side.
That's right. We want
Yep. We're going to anchor it. I'm just going to press it with my finger. Normally, you'd probably want to do this with an iron to get it nice and hard pressed in there, but I'm just going to use my finger.
in the iron will.
It shouldn't, but always be careful. Always test it out first. That's an excellent question. She's asked me, will the iron ruin the zipper? And that is an excellent question because a lot of zippers nowadays are plastic. They're not metal. So what I would say is test it out first. In between some layers, you're probably okay, but you also want to use a very low setting on your iron when you're using the zippers. So that's an excellent, excellent question. See, she's already thinking like a sewer. So great. Okay, so these are going ahead and pressed, so you can go ahead and start from here, and you're going to sew down to about here, and then you're going to lift up the thing. We're going to pull this open again, just behind your foot, and then you'll sew the rest. Actually, zipper on the left. This way. So start here, and just pull it open a little bit to get to like about here, and then you can close it again. Okay? Yep, like that.
That way?
No, the other way. That one. Keep both pieces up there so that it's not pulling. There you go. Linda, honey, what are you trying to do? You keep typing chat in there. Are you trying to type in a command of some kind, or are you just checking to make sure it works? Saying hi? I'm not sure. What are you trying to do there? It is really dark in this corner. No, it makes it dark in this corner. There we go. So right now, all she's doing is she's just sewing right against the zipper. She's just giving it an extra line to secure the pieces there. Nancy says, okay, now this losing is no fun. I'm sorry about that, Nancy. I wish Lucas was here, then he could help you with it. I'm sure he'll be back soon enough. He said he had to run a couple of errands, probably for his mom or somebody. He'll be back. Got it? Mm-hmm. Move the zipper back?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, we're good to go. Keep going.
Yeah.
Oh, Nancy's started to hide, so I'm going to see if I can join in on that. If I can spell it right. Third time's a charm. There we go. Perfect. Your needle isn't up all the way, and that's why it was hard for you to pull.
Lesson learned. I know
She's still learning. Her needle wasn't quite up, and so the thread was giving her a little bit because she was. You don't want to pull when the needle is down like that because the thread touch. They're double there.
That should look like triple right now.
Oh my! So go ahead and pull it out. That happens. Go ahead and We'll bobbin out. Looks like there's some thread that got caught. Like we had before. Pull the bobbin all the way out. That's one last thread. She's got 3 threads in the bottom in the bobbin, so yeah. There's an extra piece of thread. We'll get rid of that.
Let's try this again.
Try it again. She does pretty good with thread in the machine now. She's gotten a lot of practice. There you go. Alright, go ahead and pull down. So hold the top thread. There you go. Way down. 1. There you go. Pull. Pull. Pull it from here. There you go. There you go. And then pull your needle all the way up. There you go. Good job. Hi Tracy, good morning. No, it's not morning. Good evening. I am so used to my morning streams that I keep saying good morning, and it's not morning, it's evening.
I'm gonna think it's morning. Okay.
Thanks so much for joining us. Alright, so turn those strings again.
Yeah.
Sorry. We have plenty of threads, so don't worry about it. Turn this one. Okay, so now we have got our 2 pieces in between our zipper. In between our zipper. So now we're going to open this up. And we're going to go the back side of the zipper. So technically it's inside out right now. We're going to take all of the pieces and we're going to line them all up together as best we can. They're not going to be perfect because, I suck at cutting, so. And we are going to go ahead and sew this back here, this long edge here. Start here, back tack, all the way down, back tack. Try and line it up as best you can. We don't really need pins for this. You can just kind of eyeball it. It doesn't have to be perfect. It's the inside of the bag. So, Tracy wants to know. Tracy does say, not morning. I guess it depends on what time you got up. That is true. That is true.
And where you are.
And where you're located.
From.
Yeah, where you're tuning in from. Very true. Tracy, we are making pencil bags. We're making these cute little pencil bags. Look at these. These are so cute. They're like little pencil bags. They got a little boxed edges or sides there. Cute little zipper. Susie is our special guest today. This is her very first, well, not her very first time, but like her 3rd time in front of a sewing machine.
Yes.
3rd or 4th time in front of a sewing machine. This is her second project. The first project she made a placemat. It was just trying a square all the way around. So this is her second one. So we're doing an actual project today where we're going to be making something fun. So. Oh, you're doing a 5/8 seam. That's fine. That's right, Dawn. I'm just wishing somewhere else in the world a good morning because it's 5 a.m. somewhere. That is exactly right.
I go all.
Yes, all the way through. Look at you, you're gonna be an expert in no time. She's gonna be an expert before I am.
No, never.
Perfect. Okay, so she's been training. I've been training her for garment sewing. So she did a 5/8 seam, 5/8 inch seam instead of 1/4 inch. It's fine. It's not a big deal. it's just a pencil case.
And they already started, and I was like, well, here we go.
It's just gonna be a little smaller. That's all.
Okay.
So the next thing we're gonna do is we need to open up the seam, which since it's so big, it'll be nice and easy. What they do is we're gonna press it as an open seam. Now again, you could use your iron. I would slide it off to one side like this so it's not directly on the zipper, and I would iron it, or you can just use your fingernail, and just press it. Tracy says, uh-oh, be careful. Dani is beginning to turn into a sewing enabler. I am, I know. I'm showing people how to do this, and we're going to have an overabundance of people here. So the next thing we want to do is, now that we've pressed the seam flat, we want to line up the seam with the zipper. So we're kind of making this cute little like sandwich, or tube, I guess we call it. So we've got a nice little sandwich, and we're going to be sewing the edges of both of these. Now I do want you to use a 1/4 inch.
Yeah, I don't want to get any smaller, so I'm not going to do that again.
So we're going to use a 1/4 inch seam, which a 1/4 is just the edge of the foot.
Yes.
Yes. So it's okay. It's all right. So we're going to do our best to sew it. It's probably easier if you do it with the zipper up, so that you can see where it's at.
The bottom of it.
Yeah. So you're just going to sew. I mean, I would sew like, make sure you catch that. So it might even be a little bit more than a 1/4 inch you'll need to do. You want to make sure that you catch that edge of the zipper, and we're just going to sew all the rest, and then we're going to flip it over and we're going to do the same thing to the other side. Now this side you're going to want to open it. So let's go ahead and just open it now before we do that, because otherwise we're going to sew a tube and we're not going to be able to get the stupid thing open. And then you'd have to use the seam ripper.
I'm not very good at that yet.
I
was definitely ripping holes and stuff yesterday and this morning.
It's okay.
Right through. I was like, oh.
It's okay. Alright, so then we'll sew this edge too. This is probably the edge. Dawn said, what made Susie decide she wants to learn to sew? So she has this really cute little dress that she likes. She says, you know how skinny she is. I mean, you guys can see. I mean, she barely fits on the camera. She's so tiny. It's like she stands one way and you won't even see her. She's so tiny. So she says she has a really hard time finding clothes that fit her because she's tall. She's tall and she's skinny. So she has a hard time finding clothes that fit her. She says they're either too big or too short or too long, or so she wants to be able to learn how to sew so that she can make some of the clothes for herself. She's got this really cute dress that she brought over the last week that she wants to make. Back tag first. Thank you. Yeah. She's got this really cute dress that she wants to learn how to make, and it looks fairly simple. I've taken a look at it. It does look fairly simple enough, so we're going to try and make that. And then she wants to try and make other things as well. So her mom used to sew. That's right, Susie. We didn't even get into that. Yeah, we haven't even talked about that. So Susie's mom used to make her clothes for her when we were little. Oh yeah, honey. Yeah, you can sew right over top of it. Yeah. You can actually sew right over top of it. You got it. Yeah. You got it. What happened?
It just separated out.
Oh, no.
Come on. You can do this.
There you go. Just trim off the seam allowance. No one will ever know. There you go. That's exactly right. You might have to pull from that. There you go.
Oh, yeah. Now we're moving.
Now we're moving. Now we're moving. Now we're getting there.
Oh, almost missed that.
Oh, that was a
I almost missed that.
There we go.
I do cut things a little too close there. Okay.
Okay. Now remember what I told you about when Lucas comes online?
Yeah.
So, ladies and gentlemen, Lucas has entered the house. Here we go. Ready? Whoa, whoa! Lucas is in the house! Hi, Lucas. Welcome back. We missed you. I saw you were in earlier. Thanks so much for coming back. We appreciate it. I hope your errands went well. Fantastic. You did a great job. Don't worry about that. It's fine.
Okay.
As long as it's going to close, which it will, it'll be fine.
Okay, cool.
It doesn't have to be perfect. But see, this is why it bunched up on you. Yeah, that's fine because it's all on the inside, but that's why you were having such a struggle.
Good thing it's on the inside. That was awful.
So this time you're just gonna, you can actually do it from this side if you want to, but I prefer to sew on the side of the seam, the zipper, so I can see it. But you're just gonna want to be careful with it, make sure that it grabs.
Yeah, now that I know the little...
There you go.
Surprise there.
Raising the roof, that's right, Tracy. You know, whenever Lucas is in the house, we always raise the roof. That's right. I hope you guys do it along with me when we do it. It's a lot of fun. But Lucas said he had so much fun. So when he was on the show and he had to do his own raise the roof, he said it was just so weird to do it himself. It's like, this is a little weird. It's like I'm just used to, you know, being serenaded, basically. He's a fun kid. I like him. There you go. Just go slow. Is it bunching?
Uh-huh.
Okay, so lift up the foot. And I'll show you a little trick. There you go. Put the needle down with the foot. And then remember this tool I gave you?
Yeah.
You're just gonna slip it back underneath there and fold it back down. And then put your foot back down. Did you catch it? There you go. Now it should hold it.
Yeah, I think we're good now. Thank you.
There you go.
Oh, these little secret tricks.
We're showing her all kinds of little secret tricks. And when we get started, so her and I are going to be making this cute little dress. It was really cute. It's got little teeny tiny sleeves on it, so I don't have to worry about any length of sleeve. It's a little bitty cuff sleeve on it. It's really cute. And it's a double layer. It's got an inner layer and an outer layer. So we're going to try and make that. She's going to come over next weekend, off camera. She's going to come over and we're going to start making a template for it. And we're going to start to dissect it a little bit and see if we can figure out how to get it.
Make it real.
Yes. So that's going to be exciting. There you go. All right, so now what we need to do is we need to do our box corners. And this is where I told you it's going to get a little tricky. Now I'm going to try and show you guys on camera, but I'm more focused on showing her how to do this. So the first thing I'm going to do is I want to open the zipper all the way, because I did find that that is easier to do it with the zippers all the way open. So I'm going to open the zipper all the way. Okay, we're going to start on this corner. Now how we do it is we're going to take the zipper, we're going to take the seam, we're going to separate it like this, and then we're going to pinch the corner. So, you know, I have a pinch here. Okay. We're going to get it to flatten out on us.
Okay.
So that we open the seam and pinch it so that we have this like triangle. See how I'm getting the triangle there? Okay, now I want you to grab the seam guide there for me, that metal next to the tape. Next to it, the metal piece next to that. Yeah, there you go. This is a seam guide, but I use it to measure 1-inch pieces. So we're going to do a 1 inch in from the edge. Okay. Now I just used 1 inch because it was easier that way. Now if you did a 5/8 seam on your thing, so the 1 inch is the next line over on your machine. So that's 5/8. The next line over is 1 inch. So you're going to put the triangle on the 1 inch like that. Put your foot down for me. You're going to sew a straight line from there to there, and the idea is that you want to keep this straight, okay, as best as you can, okay? These aren't going to be perfect. That's just kind of the way it is. I know there's tricks to make these box corners perfect, but I don't know those tricks. So, but you'll see that it kind of started a little off the edge, so you're just going to do a couple stitches forward, then you're going to go all the way back and then come forward again.
All the way back.
All the way back, yep.
Okay.
And then when you come back here, you're going to want to back tack again. You're going to want to make sure this is nice and secure, okay, because this is going to be, what we're doing is we're doing this box piece here, this stitch right here. Remember that one I was showing you? We're doing this stitch right here.
Okay.
Okay? You got this, girl. You got this.
All right, here we go.
We're going to do that for all 4 corners. So let me, when we get to the next corner, I'll show you guys how to do the box corner. Tracy says, I can imagine being in front of the camera can feel awkward until you get used to it. Yes, it does. For most people, it does. Usually what I tell people is, when all my special guests that I brought in, and I said, you know, I point at the camera, I show them where it's at, I show them where the mic is at, and I say, pretend that that's, you know, your friend. You know, pretend that that's, and I told her, I said, pretend that's your aunt. We're talking to your aunt, you know, that it's, because, I mean, I got the camera on a little bit of a stand, so you can pretend that's a little stick person. You can pretend it's a little stick person. Now, if we have done the box correctly, go ahead, turn this.
If we've done this correctly,
when we unfold it, we will have a box.
oh, look at that tiny little box.
Yes, see? You did a great job. So let's see how you got the straight line here and then the straight line. You did a perfect job. Perfect job. So let me see if I can show you guys how to do this. Okay, so you're going to open up your seam. So here's so this was the side seam. We're going to open it up this way. Okay, we're going to make a triangle. See how it's a triangle with the seam in the center? And then we're going to open the seam here in the center to flatten it out. So I have like a triangle with an open seam there. And then I'm going to measure 1 inch down from the tip, from the corner here down. And we're going to sew a straight line across that way. Just like that. The next 2 you're going to do on your own.
Okay.
Challenge accepted. I just told her the next 2 she's doing on her own. She's got to learn sometime. I found those strings.
I know.
Okay. Well, you know what it is? It's because you start with such a long string to start with, but it's okay. I understand why. But that's why you have those long strings.
Yeah, I'm not sucking it again or getting rattling. I know it's going in the right area. If
That's
I can
okay.
see it.
It's fine. It's no problem. You know, this all comes with age or experience. You know.
Yeah. Maybe someday I won't have everything. So I will extreme
There you go. Your foot down. There you go. And do a couple forward, and then all the way back. All the way back. As far as you can go. There you go. And then come forward again. You really want to anchor those because that's the first place that's gonna come apart if you're, put too much in it.
Oh,
All right.
snap.
Pull it up. Well, you want to take your needle up. Pull up. Neutral. There you go. We've been teaching her needle up is a neutral and things like that. So it has been such a hoot trying to remember all of these basic steps, guys. It's just been, you really take this stuff for granted, I gotta tell you. Tracy says, I get confused about where to sew across. Is it 1 inch from the tip or down until it measures 1 inch across, or does it make any difference? It depends on the project, Tracy, but here, let me show you again, and then I'm gonna pull it back out to show her. So you're gonna open up the corner, okay? I've got the corner here and I've got it open, okay? And then I'm gonna open up my seam. Take my finger in the seam there and open up the seam. Hold on, you know what it is? The zipper's not open all the way, so. Okay, so I'm gonna open up the seam. Get the triangle going. So that I get a nice, pretty triangle. It's a little hard to do this backwards. There you go. Okay, and then you're going to measure 1 inch from the top of the triangle down. So about 1 inch from there. Okay, and then you're going to start stitching there straight across. So this line here is going to be a little bit more than 1 inch, but you want to measure from here down 1 inch. Okay. So if you mark it. What I do is I put it on my machine and I use the 1 inch line on the machine and I just get this corner. I don't care where it starts. I just put the tip of the triangle on the 1 inch line and I bring my foot down and I bring my needle down and then I do a couple stitches forward and then I go a whole bunch back till I can get to the edge. And then I come forward again. That way I know that my line is on that 1 inch line. So the line itself is gonna be longer than 1 inch, but you want 1 inch down. Now you don't necessarily have to do 1 inch, but I did kind of mess around with it a little bit, and I found that a 3/4 inch or even a 1/2 inch was just too small, and the box just didn't really work for me. So I found the 1 inch to be the best, the nice sweet spot is what I found. So again, open. So close.
I was so close. I thought maybe she was gonna forget.
No. You gotta learn how to do it. All right, there we go. Hi, Tracy. Welcome. This is the second Tracy in chat. So hello, Tracy from Craft a Simple Life. Hello. Okay, so you're gonna open up the 2 pieces. See how I do that? Okay. Yeah, just like that. You're making a triangle.
Oops,
That's all right. Flatten that down like that. Perfect. And you got this like little hook thing here, that's fine, you're not gonna worry about that.
Okay.
And then there you go, and then 1 inch from there. There you go. Those are your box corners.
Not too bad.
It wasn't hard. I mean, and they're not gonna be, mine aren't perfect. I mean, it's just kind of the way it goes. But they did work out pretty well. Tracy says, okay, got it. Thanks, Dani. No problem, Tracy. No problem at all. I'm glad I could help. It took me forever. I sat there like, what? How am I supposed to? It took me forever to figure it out, but I did finally figure it out, so I was really proud of myself that I got it all figured out. Watch those fingers. needle is exposed, so I just don't want you to run it over. Okay, go
I
ahead.
would say that's probably the only thing I'm staring at when I'm doing this.
Is the needle?
Yeah, and
Okay.
I'm like, all right, my finger is right where it's supposed to be as long as that doesn't move.
We went through a whole safety check with the last time she was here, going over to make sure that she wasn't going to hurt herself.
Yeah, no.
All right, so to double check to make sure that you've done this correctly, you can actually pull it open. Pull this edge over here open. No, obviously that one's not fixed yet, but you can pull it open, pop those corners out, and see. Now see how it's on a little bit of a. See how you got straight here,
whoosh going.
and you got a whoosh going. But I mean, you can leave that, or we can pull it out. Up to you.
Let's leave it
Okay.
and finish the bag, and maybe I'll try to fix it.
Well, once we cut it, we can't go back.
That's okay. We'll leave it.
Okay.
If I do it again.
There you go. So
How about
so what that tells us when it's so let me show you guys. When we pull it out, it should make a nice T. Okay, so you should have your straight seam here, and then you should have a nice top seam. And you can see that her this line is a little off. And what that means is that her triangle was off. So when she made her triangle, she was too heavy on one side or too heavy on another. It wasn't a nice, what this oscilles triangle? I don't know.
I'm not balanced.
She didn't have a balanced triangle. Exactly. That's exactly right. So we're going to try to make the next triangle a little more balanced. So you want to try, when you're opening it up, you want to try to eye it. See how this one's kind of a little off? You're going to try to make your triangle.
I didn't even notice that. You noticed it.
See how it's. You want to try and make it nice and even, okay? Just gotta learn somehow.
Yeah, let's try not getting no whoosh.
That's right, Lucas. He says it adds some pizzazz.
Thank you, Lucas.
There you go.
It's unique. Very unique.
There you go. It's one of a kind.
Oh, man.
It's alright, but we've got plenty more to go. So you did a fantastic job. We're gonna make a few of these.
Oh, okay.
We're gonna be able to make a few because it's only 6:20. Yeah.
Wow, okay.
Well, I mean, it's about almost an hour, so we'll make another one.
Great.
That perfect. So now an inch down, and we're going to use the inch mark on our machine as opposed to trying to measure. It's just easier that way. You guys can always mark. I know there's all kinds. I've seen tricks on like Facebook and TikTok and on Instagram. I've seen a bunch of tricks on how to find those triangles, like you fold it. This project is too small to try and do that with. If you're doing a bag, you could probably use that trick. I forget, like you fold up the corner or something and mark it. This project is just so tiny that it's just not worth trying to do that. Always pull it all the way out. Pull it all the way out. Hi, Brett. Good morning. Oh my gosh. Good evening. Thank you so much for joining us. She says, as a quilter, I draw a sewing line on the fabric. Yeah, absolutely. You can absolutely do that too. I don't. It's just kind of the way I do things. That is right, Tracy. If we wanted it to be perfect, we could buy it in the store. Homemade is special. We are something. We are special. That is for sure. Special. All right, let's see how you did.
We got stuck.
Let's see how you got stuck. Oh, see, this is what you got stuck.
Yeah, I was like,
Your thread got sucked up.
How come that keeps happening to me? What are we doing?
I think it's just because they're so long, it just gets sucked up in there. It's okay. All right, here we go. Moment of truth. Let's see. See what it looks like. So we've got.
It's be like big on one side and like tiny on the other side.
You tell me.
That one's actually not bad. That one's better than the whoosh one.
That one looks almost perfect. Look at that. That is fantastic. You did a great job. And like I said, this one's no big deal. So the last step before we completely pop it out, now that we've done this, is we're going to take a pair of scissors. We're just going to trim these corners off about 1/4 of an inch. So you want to grab the multicolored scissors. These ones. You're going to cut 1/4 of an inch away. I know that you can't really eyeball 1/4 of an inch, so just kind of like right here. Like there.
There?
Yeah. Little bit.
By corners.
A little bit more. Yep, that's good. There you go. Perfect. Okay, you're gonna do all 4. Here, you can hold now.
Thank you.
Tracy says, drum roll, please. That's right.
Thank you, Tracy.
Yes, she did a fantastic job. The second one was a great job. The first one, that's okay. It's a learning experience. This is the very first time she's ever done a project other than, you know, a square, a rectangle piece of fabric. So it's really exciting. And I told her, I said the goal was to just get one done. Just get one, but we got one, so we're going to make a second one. It's okay. It's fine. It's on the inside.
I know, that's so funny. Oh, man.
No one's going to see you. Now, we are making this with regular quilted cotton fabric. You can make these with any type of material. If you wanted to make like a waterproof bag, you could use a nylon. You could use anything you wanted. You can adjust the sizes too. This is a 9-inch zipper and a 9.5 by 5.5 pieces of fabric.
I shrank my bag on my own. It's not as big as it probably should be.
That's all right. Okay, here, pop it out. It's yours. Get the cup. Here we go.
Oh, snap. I'm in a bag. With a zipper.
With a zipper.
With a zipper.
That opens and closes.
Oh, my goodness.
Yay!
Yeah, it's so cool. Thank you.
And it took you almost an hour.
That's not bad.
It's not bad for your first time. Not bad at all.
Awesome.
Tracy says those scissors are bigger than she is.
So I need to make my own clothes.
Too funny, too funny. Yeah, she does. She says practice makes perfect. Well, in this case, maybe a little longer and a bit more practice. LOL.
Yeah.
But that's not bad at all.
Yeah, I feel like you could even like this side looks a little bigger and it like narrows down.
A little bit, but that's all right. All right, so let me grab the other fabric that we grabbed, that we had pulled for the second one, because I had a feeling that we might be able to do one more. So we're going to do one more.
Okay.
And just like a piece of cake comes out of the pan, the second one is always easier than the first.
I hope so.
Okay.
All right.
So these are two of mine. Get a little bag. So cute. Looks like you forgot to pop up this corner here. So I'm going to pop that up.
Oh.
If I just stick my fingernail in there and just pop it. That one up there. Well,
I know what I'm doing for Christmas gifts next.
everyone in the family is getting pencil cases for Christmas. As it is, I'm already making scrunchies and pencil cases.
Oh, there we go. See, perfect.
As it is, I'm already doing the same.
All right,
Okay.
so inside.
Inside starts there first. Yep.
Side, right?
Oh. Oh, darn it. Sorry. There you go. Oh, she says, in my case. Oh, sorry, Tracy. She says, or in my case, maybe a little longer and a bit more practice.
I could still use more practice. Definitely still
Okay, so we're going to spin this all the way around for you to make it easier.
Right, and the zipper goes on the left-hand side.
Right,
which
so
means
that's
I need
why
to put the needles this
I
way.
spun it this way,
Turn
so
the
then that
pins.
way it's facing you, so you know which way to put the pins, so you're going to put them in. Like this. Go. Tracy says, Susie is doing a wonderful job. Yeah, she is. I told you she's a natural. I mean, for her,
I appreciate
this
it.
is like the third time her being in front of the machine. She's doing a fantastic job. So she, like I said, she came over a couple weeks ago. We went through the machine. We did the ins and outs. We did the safety checks. She did some straight stitching. Then we made a small, simple project just to kind of give her a little bit of a win. And then I gave her the machine and I said, take it home, set it up at home, and do it again. And she said she did it, what? You said once during the week and then once again today.
Mm-hmm. I did it right before I came over. I spent about 2 hours.
Wow, 2 hours.
Well, setting up and practicing.
Oh, okay.
And, like, I was looking at all these different
dials and settings, and she was really
like
messing around with it to familiarize herself with the machine, which was your homework, which is what I told you to do. I said, just take it home, and I want you to do stitches with every single one of the settings so that you understand what each of the different things does. And now, this is not a computerized machine. This is a simple machine, so it was really easy for her to learn. She didn't have a bunch of buttons to push and things like that. So, and today we're using a different type of presser foot than she's ever used before. We're using the zipper foot, which does make things a little bit easier with regards to working with the zipper, obviously, but it's not something that she's familiar with. So she picks up on it really quickly, and so I'm really excited to make this project with her. So we're going to be starting that next week, again, off camera, but I'm probably going to document some of it with some pictures and stuff, because it's going to be a lot of fun. We're going to have a lot of fun with it. So next week is probably going to be like getting our fabric together, making our templates. I don't know that we're actually going to get any pinning or sewing done next week, but we might try. We'll see. Watch those fingers. Linda Dunn says, I do not like zippers. No, Linda, I'm with you, honey. I don't like them either. But this particular project, because it is such a small project, it has made things pretty easy to do. So I'm proud of myself with regards to zippers, because I hate them as well. But I thought I did a pretty good job myself, and she's doing absolutely fantastic.
I'm getting a love-hate relationship right at the moment.
Are you stuck?
I am.
Okay, where's the zipper?
It's right there.
Oh, that's why.
It's right there.
That's
and I'm trying to like lift the foot and push, but like I just can't get over it.
Zipper out. That's part of the problem. And so now sew up a little bit more, and then we'll put the zipper back.
Yeah, that's a lot easier,
Put the
I
foot
will
down.
say, than jumping.
There you go.
A lot easier than jumping it.
Yeah, this is a lot easier.
I like that better.
Tracy says, zippers are a necessary evil sometimes. Yes, they are.
Agreed.
Now that I actually know how to use a zipper foot, I will be honest with you, now that I know how to use a zipper foot, it is actually, does make things a little bit easier. Yeah, don't leave those. Yeah. Move that other thing over there. Just move it around. See, it's really light.
It is.
It just moves around. Did you move the zipper back?
It's still down here.
I would move it back.
Should I move it down?
Yeah, you can hold it. Just put your needle down. There you go.
You notice I caught that too? Thank you.
She's learning the tricks of leave your needle down and, you know, lift your foot up and things like that. She's learning all that stuff. Linda says it's a nice size. Yes, it is a nice size. It's a little pencil case. It's not like a makeup case or anything like that, but
it's not too bad. It's a little small. It's like flat, but it's good. It is nice. That was a good mistake. Right? That's a pattern.
Yes, it's called a pattern. Yep, that is what we follow. Yep.
They were flat.
Tracy says, I can tell that before we know it, Susie will be here teaching us how to sew something.
You are too kind. You are too kind, my dear.
You never know. She might. I might bring her back here after she's learned a little something, and I might have her show off her new skills. Probably the end of the zipper there.
I think you're right. That little
Yeah, that little
right?
that little
Okay.
bitty bump. Yeah.
Okay. Yes, it is.
Yeah. Remember, your foot is up. Now my machine won't sew with the foot.
Yeah,
It's a safety thing. So it's good enough.
Like it. It's
Needle
we're
up.
done. We're done. It doesn't like that.
There you go.
As good as this section's gonna get.
That's all right.
See, look at how much I jumped.
Yeah, that's all right though. It's the end, so it's okay. Hi, Sean. Sean says he's just stopping by to say hi. Well, hello,
Hi,
Sean.
Sean.
Thanks so much for stopping by. It's so good to see you. Happy Saturday evening to you. All right, so now we're gonna open it up, and we're gonna sew back down next to that zipper to anchor it. We're gonna lay it flat. Now, again, normally you could use an iron with this if you wanted to, but we just use our fingernails. We're going to make sure that we're trying to stretch it as much as we can, get it nice and tight, and then we're just going to kind of smoosh it with our fingers.
I appreciate you letting me borrow your nails. Yours are a little thicker than mine.
It's because I just got them done
Yeah.
today. There we go. And that's why you were having such a hard time. See how the piece got caught in there? That's why you were having that. Same
down
thing
here,
back
too.
Yeah, it's okay. It's fine.
It's just
But
snuggling too close.
just you're snuggling too close. That's what she says. She says I was snuggling too close. There you go. There you go. All right, so go ahead and start sewing down here. Get to about here, and then pull the zipper open, and then sew the rest. You don't have to pull it all the way open. Just behind the
Enough
foot.
to move it.
Sean says, off for family movie night. He'll watch the replay later. No problem, Sean. Thanks so much for stopping by. We really appreciate it. You have a wonderful rest of your weekend. Don't forget our live stream tomorrow. It is starting a little bit late tomorrow. It will start at 11 a.m. tomorrow instead of 10:30 because I do have breakfast with my kids in the morning. So. She's a natural, I'm telling you. You know, the first time I sat her down in front of the machine and I had her running through it, she showed a straight line right off the bat. And she didn't have a guided presser foot or anything. She was just straight line right off the bat. And I'm like, how did you do that? I mean, and she's clipped pretty fast too. I mean, she's really clipping a lot. It's like, I could not do that to save my life. So Tracy, you might have hit the nail on the head there. She might be coming back to show us something in time here. Linda says, there's so many lives at one time, I need more monitors. Well, Linda, we appreciate your hanging out on ours. I appreciate that. Tracy says, just listen to that sewing machine sing. Isn't it music to your ears? Isn't it music? Yeah, it's beautiful. Perfect. It's still pretty good. It's still really, really good. All right, so now we're going to do the other side. Where are the other two pieces of fabric? Oh, they're on your lap. This string. See, if my mom or Cheryl are watching, you put them in the cup. You don't throw them on the floor. All right, so now we're going to do this side here. Which one was your inside? Oh, this is your inside. This is your inside.
Yes.
Okay, so that one faces up. Put the zipper in there. I'm going to put that one on the bottom like that. Perfect. That's fine. Okay, and then you're going to spin it to face you so that you know which way to put the pins. Start at the top, the pins go this. Okay. There you go.
Thank you.
You're very welcome. Perfect. I'm going to give you some pieces to take home to make one of these at home. Okay. With no directions. You're going to have to do it on homework. Okay. Or she's going to have to watch the replay. That's how you get your views. You make them watch the replay.
Over and over and over and over again.
We'll be at 3,000 views in no time. Perfect. Yep, 3 is perfect. So now you're going to sew all the way down till you get to your third one, and you're going to stop and anchor back. Then you're going to pull it off the machine, open the zipper, and then go ahead and finish it.
So anchor, anchor, and then finish.
Yep. Tracy says she's got one of those standing vacuums where you can just sweep the pile right into it. Oh, that's nice.
Nice.
That is really nice. No, I think my mom just wanted me to vacuum. She wanted to give me an excuse to vacuum, I guess. Put your needle out. All the way up. There you go. Looks like you're,
Yeah.
So grab your thingy. Here, use this with the thread. Pull. Yep. There you go.
There.
Yank it and pull. There you go. There you go. You're fine.
This
You're
is
fine.
why my string is so long.
It's okay. It's all right. Remember when we all had the really long strings when we first started? That's fine.
Oh,
Not a problem. Our 1/4 inch seam though. Oh, we're still doing that.
Yeah, I gotta
Zipper.
get. But not too close to the zipper. Because I get stuck on it.
I hope your aunt able to catch the stream. She can see how proud I am of you. She's doing such a great job.
If she's not at it, I'm sure she'll watch it later.
Well, we'll have to make sure she does because this is fantastic. You're doing a fantastic job.
Thank you.
I'm having so much fun teaching. It's just been so much fun. Watch those fingers. I'm more worried about your fingers. Because, again, this is a zipper foot, so that needle is exposed. So her fingers can go right underneath that needle.
I feel like it would only happen once.
Tracy says, don't worry, she still has the long strings. She says her sight is not worth a damn, so she likes to have something that she can hold on to.
I like it. I like the long string so far.
That's alright, there's nothing wrong with that. If that's the way you're comfortable doing it, then go for it. Go for it. Look at you, sewing and pulling up pins at the same time.
I know, I'm finally good at that part. The first time I was like, how in the world am I supposed to do that and this and not, you know, stab myself?
You're going to want to pop this up there. Anchor back. Give yourself plenty of time. Okay, go ahead and pull it all the way off. Needle up.
Needle up.
Needle up.
And I want to pull the zipper and then go through.
But you're going to pull it all the way off the machine to do that because the zipper is kind of pinched. So you're going to pull it all the way off, cut your thread. There you go.
Saved it. Saved it. Semi-nailed that one.
Now go ahead and open it up and open up your zipper. You don't have to open it up all the way, just, you know, to about halfway. But it makes it easy because of all the layers. You weren't going to be able to do that on the machine.
That's true. That would be very frustrating.
Exactly. So just pull it off. Just make sure you're anchored and pull it off. Perfect. And then when you get to the end, anchor again just at the end. And then
Okay.
you can sew all the way off.
Alright, let's make sure they're not inside.
She's going to go through a lot of thread. That's okay though.
Oh, that's the other side. I was like, why am I all like floppy over here?
Tracy says she has to run. She hopes to catch up with us tomorrow. No problem, Tracy. Thanks so much for joining us. Don't forget 11 o'clock tomorrow, not 10:30. I mean, you can hang out at 10:30 if you want, but I won't be on until 11. Let's start where you ended. Go. As long as you're stitching over top of your initial stitches, you don't have to anchor at the start. Because it'll catch with the other one. Nope. Just anchor at the end. Perfect. Keep going forward. There you go. Wow. Alright, trim off all those threads. It amuses me. I remember this step in my sewing journey. I remember this step with the really long strings, the wrong seam sizes. Oh yeah, I remember it all. So now we're gonna take all of these pieces. We're gonna take the zipper. Yes. Oh, that's right. Yeah. So we're gonna close the zipper up. Good call. Close the zipper up, and we're gonna take the two pieces. Here, if you go this way, so we can see the zipper. Hold them nice and tight. Fingernail down it, just finger press it.
I need a lot of practice with zippers, no lie.
That's alright, you'll get
But
there.
that's okay.
You did fine. You didn't go on the zipper.
I said this one's got some, it looks like it's dancing. It's weaving.
You know what it is? It's the zipper that's dancing. It's not the fabric. The fabric's got a nice straight line on it. So you sewed a straight line, you just moved the zipper back.
Zipper. Whoops.
That's alright though. I was like, go ahead and do your straight line. You're going to have to go this way, so you're going to want to pull this open first. Stitch to about here, okay? And then, because it's just the single layer, you just lift the foot up and push this back, and then put the foot back. I hope that comes also. The zipper down, okay? So open the zipper first. There you go. Sorry guys. I was helping her. I was focused on her today. I told you guys I'm going to be focused more on her today than I am on chat. So if I missed something, I apologize. I want to make sure that she's learning the skills she needs to learn so that when we get to the point where we start making her dress next week, it's going to be really exciting. I'm really excited for that. So did you already get the white fabric yet?
Not yet.
Okay, you need to get that before next weekend.
Yep, I need the fabric and then I need to
well, for next weekend, all we're going to be doing is making the template. So so weird, my headset just disconnected. Weird. Hang on, guys. I don't know what just happened, but that was really weird. We're going to be making your template, or your pattern. So. This is so weird. So I don't know if you guys can hear the music or not, but it probably is echoed. So give me just a second here. My headset turned off for some reason. And now I have the music playing on the computer. It's weird. And now it's back in my ear. Okay, sorry. This is really weird. That was weird. I've never had that happen before. That was weird. That was really weird.
That was not planned. I didn't do that on purpose.
she was coming to a part where she was going to have a little bit of trouble, and she was like preparing herself so she speeds up.
I was like, I got nervous. My left foot is wet.
I told you mine's an on-off switch. There's no speed. It's on or off. That's all.
Just a little bit on. Okay. I didn't slowly go into that one.
That's okay.
It didn't go as planned.
Okay, so now do you remember the next step?
I think we have to sew everything together.
Right, so we have to sew the bottom seam, but we want to make sure that the zipper is facing backwards. So we are sewing inside out, basically. So we're going to sew the bottom seam first.
Let's give myself some more bag this time.
Yeah, we want to use a 1/4 inch seam, not a 5/8 inch seam, if we can, as best you can. I mean, because everything it kind of lines up a little bit. I mean, if you wanted to do it like a little bit more than a 1/4, I can't think today, but 2/3 or whatever, it would be fine. But a 1/4 inch is about where we want to go. So that's the edge of the foot, or just a little bit more than the edge of the foot. I'm trying to make sure I don't, I just have a feeling this is going to be way bigger or smaller than I want it to be.
That's all right. Do it again. Right there.
Thank you, Linda. She says, so cute and love the blue. Well, it's actually purple, but for, you guys know my colors are all off on my camera, so it shows up blue on the camera, but it's actually a purple.
Cute.
But it is still really cute, and it is really pretty.
And remind me of my
back tagging. Yes. Yeah.
Correct.
She is doing a fantastic job. There we go. Oh, the music stopped.
Ruh-roh.
There we go. There it is. So for those of you who watch my Sunday stream, you know that I have music playing in my ear. I have an earphone or headphone right here, and it plays in my ear. And the music in my ear is, besides the music that you guys are listening to, is great. But it lets me know how the strength of the stream, because I found that the music cuts out first before the video does, and sometimes I can catch it. And so, but I've been having issues with my headset today, so I don't understand what's going on. But that's why I was like, oh no, the music is gone. And so the goodness is that it's back. So I think we're okay. All right. Perfect. All right. So now she has sewn the bottom up. So now what we're going to do is we're going to open it up so that we have the 2 layers on either side. Okay. We're going to go ahead and open up our seam and we're going to press the seam open. Again, you can do this with your fingers. If you guys have one of those seam rollers, you can use a seam roller. You can use your iron if you wanted to. But I find that if you just kind of roll it over so that it's not on top of the zipper, you can just kind of run your finger down it. This is what they call finger pressing. Just opening that up. Down like that. Perfect. Okay, and then we're gonna roll the seam. So now that we want to roll the seam so it's on top of the zipper. So we have this like cute little like burrito going, if you will. Tube, burrito, whatever you want to call it. Up there. The zipper will still come open and close. That's the most important part. It's not going to catch. Okay, and then we're just going to sew both of the edges all the way up and down. So you can start at either edge. I usually start at the one that doesn't have the zipper first. We are going to want to open the zipper.
Oh yeah.
Because otherwise we end up sewing it closed and then we can't get it open again. So sew this side first and then come over and sew that side and then we do our box corners. I did box corners.
Do I need to backstitch on these as well?
Yes. Actually, no, you don't because we're going to end up clipping those corners off.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, so you don't You don't have to. You should always get into the practice of backstitching all of your start and stops, but in this case, you don't really need to. And try and hold that close as best you can. It's gonna move. That's okay. You can use a pin too. You can also pin it. A couple of pins to either side of it to hold it in place if you want as well. Okay.
You can take one home to make sew. I might do
Yes,
that one.
I've got plenty of fabric, so I'm going to send her home with a couple of pieces at home so that she has a little bit of practice before next week. She could make herself another bag. She could show her boyfriend how she did it, to her mom, to her aunt, to anybody that'll watch. She did it. So.
Just cut that a little close.
That's alright. 1/4 inch seam or as close to it as you can.
I didn't move too as much.
No, that's much better, yeah.
Let me get that for you.
Alright, now do the other side. So I found the pattern for this one at a website called crazylittleprojects.com. So in case you guys are interested in finding it for yourself, it was super quick and easy to do. I found this one to be the easiest to do that was going to be simple enough for her to do. I found a bunch of different ways of doing this, but I found this one to be the easiest. That's really beginner friendly. Perfect.
Okay. That's much better. I was able to love.
Well, the zipper's closed too.
That's true.
So
That's true. That is true.
I mean, I didn't want to just bust your bubble.
No, but still. I mean, it moves, but not as much as this one.
Yeah,
This
exactly.
one's awful. Oh, yeah.
Alright, so go ahead and open the zipper all the way now. So get in there and open that up all the way. 'Cause I have found that doing the box corners is easier if you have a completely open zipper, so you have all that. You can really get your hand in there. And you can see though you had a little bit of struggle.
Oh, yeah, look at that.
Yeah, that's alright though.
Oh, full size.
Yeah, full size, and that's just because it's on the inside. So as you're doing this, just remember, like next time when you get up close, just remember to kind of check to see and push it underneath there. Remember how we did that the last time?
Yeah.
With their little purple thing that you have one at home.
Yes, I do.
All right, so now we're gonna do the box corner. So we want to open up the corner. So we want to take the front and the back and pull them apart. Okay, so that we form a triangle. Okay, so it forms a triangle, and then we want to pull our seam and we want to open our seam flat. So form the triangle first. There you go. Then open your seam. And then you're going to kind of want to look at it, and you want to make sure that your seam runs right down the middle of that triangle. So you might have to adjust it a little to the left or a little to the right to try and get it as close as you can. Just eyeball it, guys. It doesn't have to be exactly perfect, okay? So you just kind of want to eyeball it. Those seams should be about the same size. Great job. Great job. And then we're going to take the corner, the top edge of that triangle. We're going to put it onto our machine, and we're going to line it up with the 1-inch line, 1-inch sewing line on our machine. If you don't have a 1-inch line and you want to use a ruler, you can take 1 inch in from the tip and then draw a straight line up and down from that 1 inch as well. She's going to take a couple stitches forward, because when you put your down on your machine on your 1-inch line, you're already pretty far forward. So she's going to take a couple of stitches forward, or a couple more, and then she's going to go all the way back to the edge, and then come all the way forward again. Linda says, I never know what size to make the box corners. Linda, I think it depends on the project. In this particular project, like I said, I kind of messed around with the sizing a little bit. I did a 1/2 inch, I did a 3/4 inch, and then I did a 1 inch, and I found the 1 inch to be the best. I felt like that really worked the best for me. I think that, but it does depend on your project. I know there's a trick, and I've seen it on TikTok and Instagram. I have the hiccups, I'm sorry. I've seen it on TikTok and Instagram where it will actually, like, you fold it, and that's how you measure. I don't know how to do that. I wish I did. If I figure it out, I'll show you guys. But for right now, that's the best way. I have found a 1 inch probably works the best. Go ahead and pull it. Look at that. And that is how you check to see if your box is straight, is you actually pop it open and you see it's just a hair. Not straight, but it's pretty damn good for your second try. All right, next one.
Next one.
Next one. And these is where you guys make a judgment call. If it's a little off and you don't like it, you can always pull it apart and try again. So separate the front and back, make that triangle, then go ahead and open up that seam, get it nice and flat in the center, and then line up that line that's nice and straight to get it nice and straight across. But yeah, Linda, it really depends on what the project is that you're working with. If you're working with something small like this, a 1 inch works fine. If you're making a big bag, then you have to kind of decide how big, how wide you want the bottom of it to be, and that's how deep you go in with your circle. So I think, and I could be wrong, and if there's an expert out there, please stop me if I'm wrong, but I think the size of your triangle determines the width of your stitching. So, like, if you go 1 inch down, then the width of your stitching is gonna be about 1 inch, maybe 1.5 inches. I think in this case it's a little bit more than 1 inch, but the size of your box would be 1 inch. So, like this size here, this size, and the box here would be about 1 inch. This is probably well, okay, it's like this is actually like 2 inches. Maybe it's double. Maybe it's double. Maybe it's 1 inch down equals 2 inches this way. I don't know. I don't know a lot about triangles. I don't know. Yes, I did not do so good with geometry. Don't forget this one. I'm just trying to help.
No, you're good. You're good. With my luck, it'll get sucked back into here. Stuck on.
Well, that's why you trim them before you go back to the machine, because you don't want them to get stuck. Go ahead and check it. That's alright though. You're gonna check them both. Looks pretty good. They look pretty good. Yeah, pretty straight.
They're getting there.
Practice makes perfect. Oh, they're a little off, but they're still pretty straight, and that's really all that matters. Linda says thank you. Oh, no problem, Linda. Hopefully that's helpful. Again, I'm not an expert at this. You probably could find somebody else on YouTube that knows more about it than I do. I know if you reach out on our Facebook group, I know Terry does a lot of bags, so she could probably help you out with that, or even Dawn, if Dawn is still on the channel, she does a lot of that stuff too. So I'm sure that either of those ladies would be better suited to answer that question than I am. But that's what I know. As the channel indicates, I am not an expert. So. Oh, your needle's not up all the way.
No, it is not.
Line it up on the 1 inch line. Go. And then 2 sides. Right off the edge. Oh jeez. That's alright though. As long as it grabs it, you're okay.
Yes. Okay.
Needle up.
Darn it. I just get so excited to look at it.
That's okay. Go ahead and check it. We have her checking after every single one because she is still new and she's still learning how to do it. So if it's really bad, she can always pull it apart if she needs to. That one actually looks pretty good. I think that one's okay.
Okay, I can keep that one.
She's doing a fantastic job.
Keep that one. Move on. Good.
And it's taking you 10 minutes less than last time. It's taking you 10 minutes less. Hi Deb! Welcome back to the channel. It's so great to see you. Thanks so much for joining us. We are teaching a young lady here named Susie how to make a pencil case. She's already made one, and this is her 3rd time in front of the sewing machine. So she's pretty new to this, but she's already made one, and now she's just finishing up on her 2nd one. She's doing a fantastic. She's natural. I swear to God. She's absolutely. She makes me look bad. Honestly. I've been sewing for 15 years, and she's been doing it for 3 days, and she's making me look bad.
Oh.
She is a natural, for sure.
Not have gotten this far without you.
Well, I appreciate that.
Of course.
She's getting all excited. She's getting pretty good at it. There we go. Needle up. I keep yelling at her. Needle up, needle up, needle up.
Not the foot.
This is an older machine. It's a very basic machine, so it does not have the automatic needle up or down feature. So you have to do it all manually, which is a great way for her to learn. I think this particular machine is a fantastic machine for a brand new sewer to learn how to sew, because you have to do everything manually. Nothing is computerized, and you have to learn it all. So go ahead and check it now. Linda wants to know, is she going to keep sewing and maybe make a quilt? Linda, we're not sure about a quilt, but she is going to be making some clothing. That is actually her goal in this, is she wants to do some garment sewing. She wants to actually make a dress she has. So she is going to continue to sew. Whether there's quilting involved, we don't know yet, but maybe, who knows? Maybe she will get bit by the sewing bug that we all know is there, and maybe we can get her to come back and do some quilting with her. If you think about it. Yeah. Oh wow. How's that looking?
We'll say I want to work on trying to figure out how to do this where it lines up.
Oh, well, lines up. Right? Well, that's just how it was laying on the together. Yeah.
Cool beans!
Look at that.
2 bags, and none of them have holes in them.
And we never had to pull Jack out.
That's true.
Did you clip those corners yet?
No, I didn't clip anything yet.
Yeah, you
I was just checking out my edges.
Okay, go ahead.
Check out my tees.
Go ahead and cut those corners. Linda, I did the same thing. Linda says she started with clothing and went to quilts. Yep, Linda, I did the exact same thing. Garment sewing is just not for me. I have tried. I just don't enjoy it as much. I know how to do it. I understand the basics. I understand the concept. I understand how to do it. I've done it. I've made Halloween costumes for my kids. I've made dresses. I've made shirts. I've made, jackets, things like that. I've made all that stuff. It's just, and I kept trying to find something that really just gave me that joy, and I just couldn't find anything. And so then I realized, I sat back and I kind of thought, okay, of this hobby, this sewing hobby, what about it? What is it that I really love? And And the most important thing for me was sitting in front of the machine. The machine part of it was my favorite part. And so I tried to find another project that would put me more in front of the machine than it did in front of the ironing board or in front of the pins or in front of the cutting or the trimming or the measuring or all that other stuff. And that's how I came across quilting, is because it's more in front of the machine than it is anything else. And I love the fact that for the most part, you don't have to pin anything. That's my favorite part about the whole thing when it comes to quilting, is you don't really have to pin a whole lot. So Susie will learn the ins and outs, and she's going to continue to learn the ins and outs of this fun hobby, and hopefully she finds what she likes and what she doesn't like. So far, we've made a placemat, and we've made a couple of bags, so there hasn't been any garment sewing yet, but we are going to get started on that next week. She's coming back. She's going to hang out with me she's going to be here all day as far as I'm concerned. She's going to hang out with me pretty much all day next Saturday, and we're going to make a pattern for her to start making that dress. Then we're going to cut up the fabric, and we're going to sew the pieces together, and hopefully it all comes together.
Right. Squares have been clipped.
Yes, Linda said too many times it did not fit, but the quilting is so easy. Absolutely. But the good news is that she is so dang skinny.
The point is to make something that fits, so I gotta make it fit.
So we're hoping to get it right. We'll have to wait and see how it goes. Dan says she's the same way. She did not enjoy garment sewing, but she loves quilting. So who knows? But you know what? Some people do. Some people really love it. So don't fret about it just yet. You'll have to wait and see. It's some people are fantastic at it, and some people just aren't. So. But this one, look at this one. This one looks so great. You did such a fantastic job. I love your little boxes. The boxes turned out perfect. Look at that. Even this one was a little off, but still looks much better than.
Now that it's all put together.
That one looks short. That one looks beautiful. That's the way it's supposed to be. That one looks perfect.
Nice.
I mean, this one is, a little lopsided because this one's really off there. That's all right though. That's all right. See, here's the fun part: is you take these, you put these in your sewing box, okay?
Yeah.
And then 6 months or a year from now, make another one, make another pencil-case, and compare.
Yeah.
And you'll see an amazing difference. I did that with a pot holder. Okay. I made myself a pot holder when I first started my quilting hobby. I made a pot holder. Just a really simple pot holder, put it together, and then I put it away. I put it in my sewing box and I put it away because I was embarrassed. It embarrassed me. It was a pot holder. I'm so embarrassed to look at this thing. So I put it away. And then about a year later, I came back and I made more pot holders because I had extra fabric. So I made another one. And I made it and I pulled the other one out. I'm like, oh my God, look at the difference. I'm like, look at how much I've learned. Look at how much better I am at this hobby. So it was really, really exciting.
That is exciting. I'm going to have to do that.
Isn't that fun?
Yeah.
Speaking of, I have a little gift for you for coming in today.
For me?
Yes, a little gift for coming in today, for being on the stream, for just being awesome. I have a little gift for you because I know you said you just moved into a new house.
Yes.
Yes. So I have something for you.
Oh my gosh! Thank you. These are beautiful.
I gave her some pot holders. And they you hear the little crinkle? That means that there's a heat absorbent in them, so they're actually okay to put hot stuff on. Ooh. And you can put them in the washing machine. Don't put them in the dryer though.
Okay. Okay. Good thing I do. Perfect. Thank you so much.
There you go. So you can see the sides. They're little hot pads, and they got little holders to hang on.
Well, when I get home, I'll put them in the kitchen. We have moved in underneath. So to the left of the stove, down below, there's little nails that stick out. No problem. Sticking in the kitchen right now. Okay. Nothing fancy, just nails. Okay. I don't even know if they were put there for this or if they were left over from something.
They probably were for pots. Pots or the...
I'll send you a picture. You let me know what you think they may have used that for. I don't know. But it's perfect for the pot holder.
Well, there you go. Yeah. So that's my way of saying thank you. And then maybe next time you come back on the channel, we can actually make pot holders. But okay. These are quilted pot holders, so you can see that there are a couple of quilting designs.
Yes.
These are what they call half square triangles, so they're half of the square is the triangle. Okay. And then you can see the little straight quilting here. And then these are also half square triangles, the same type of block. So this is a block. It's the same block, but we just put them in a different configuration. And it makes a completely different thing.
I love it. Well, thank you.
You're very welcome.
add some color to the kitchen.
Well, and I know you like pink.
Yes, yeah, the purple, it's beautiful. Thank
Those
you.
Those were my scrap fabrics from one of my Valentine's Day table runners that I made. So, and the project that we made on the channel was a very, very beginning of the channel. I think it was like the second video on the channel. I made a Valentine's Day table runner. Shit, it might have even been. Yeah, I think it was like the second or third video on the channel. We made a Valentine's Day table runner. It had like hearts. It was really cute, but I had spare fabric, and so I made some populars for it. You're very welcome. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you had fun.
I did. I really did. I'm excited. I'm honestly impressed with myself. I really wasn't sure what to expect. Yeah.
Well, like I said, I'm going to give you some pieces to go home with so you can practice until you come back next week. And I will keep you guys up to date on Susie's progress. Like I said, she's going to come over next week. We're going to start making a pattern for her for this dress we're going to be making. It's going to be really exciting. Hopefully it turns out the way it is. The good news is it's pretty simple. It's a very simple, what she's picked out that she wants to make is very simple. And we have to make the pattern ourselves because she's got the dress, okay? She's got the dress and she's like, I need another one of these. I'm like, okay, try. So it's going to be a little bit of a challenge, but I think it'll be a lot of fun. And I'm going to try and capture some, we're not going to do any videos on it. We're just going to, but I'll try and capture some pictures on it and get some on Instagram and Facebook for you guys to see. And hopefully we'll be able to bring her back in maybe a month or two. We'll see where we're at, and we'll be able to show you guys some progress, and maybe we'll get her into some quilting too. We'll have to wait and see. So we'll have to wait and see.
You're bringing me to the dark side.
No, this is the light. Yeah,
take you out of the dark side.
Taking you out of the dark
Save
side.
me from the dark side.
Yeah, exactly. Well, thank you guys so much for joining us today. I'm excited. I can't believe we made two of them. That's so much fun. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope to see you again tomorrow morning for our tomorrow morning live stream. We're doing whips and UFOs. So bring whatever you've got. Sit down with me and join me again at 11 o'clock Central, not 10:30. We're starting a little bit later for breakfast, so that's it. Thanks again, guys. You have a wonderful evening, and I will see you guys all again tomorrow. I should really get better at this. There we go. All right, bye, guys.
Bye.
Thank you.